morning, everyone. My name is Francia. Today we're going to be doing a nice, gentle, restorative Sunday morning practice. Don't think we'll be needing a whole lot of props, but definitely if you have a bolster or a meditation cushion or any kind of big cushion, and then possibly a blanket, because this way we can work on height and stuff when we do certain poses. So we're going to start in a comfortable seated position. You're welcome to elevate your hips if that's comfortable for you. And you can sit either cross-legged or with the legs extended, or even sit in a chair if you're feeling like sitting on the floor is not comfortable enough. So now that we come into this easy Sukhasana, comfortable seated posture, let's try to close the eyes. Bring awareness to the parts of our body that are making contact with the earth, primarily the pelvis, the legs, the feet. Allow your shoulders and your arms to kind of feel heavy and weighted so that you can relax away from the ears. As you breathe in, feel your chest, rib cage, and belly expand and rise. As you breathe out, feel yourself softening and letting go. Take a swallow, let the tongue go limp in the back of the throat, and see if you can relax your jaw. Let go of tension in the face, cheeks, forehead, the eyes. Allow yourselves a few more deep breaths in and out, breathing rhythmically and naturally, preparing yourself for your practice today, finding a space of calm, peace. For this next hour of your life, see if you can remove any stressors that have been afflicting you lately. Put them off to the side. Realize that right now you are in this space, in this body. Continue to really try to focus on this movement of breath. Let that be your meditative guide, not only now before we begin, but also as we continue through our practice. One more deep breath. And as we exhale, let's draw the palms together at the center of the heart, thumbs against the sternum. We'll just open our sacred space of our practice with the sound Om. Feel free to chant along if you wish. Inhale. Exhaling, we'll release the hands. We'll blink the eyes open. So last week we did some of these seated sun salutations, and I kind of want to bring those back today because I think it's a good thing to learn and to get used to. It's a good way for you to start your day, even if you're just kind of starting in bed. And you can also do these sun salutations in bed. So we're going to have the legs straight, but let's not straighten them all the way just yet. Keep the knees bent, keep the feet engaged. So we're not flexing back and really kind of feeling it at the tops of the ankles, but they're not also relaxed. So there's an engagement happening in the legs, almost like you want to press the heels down. And then from here, start to notice, do you have a hard time even sitting upright? Do you feel like you need to bring your hands behind you to be up here? If that's the case, allow your hands next to your body instead of behind you, and then allow that kind of lift to happen through the rib cage and the chest. Now let's just hold here for a few moments, relaxing the shoulders. If you start to feel like the legs have a little bit more way, you can start to begin to extend them. And they may or may not extend. It's kind of will depend on your flexibility. So if they extend all the way, then great. Let them extend all the way, and as soon as they do, contract the quadriceps, lift the kneecaps, and now you can work on flexing the toes further back and really kind of engaging more through the ankles. Now, if you find yourself that sitting like this is difficult enough, then I'd like for you to kind of be here for just a few more moments, allowing your shoulders to pull back and down and stay centered. If this is an okay aspect for you, you don't need to change, or you don't need to have the hands this way, then we're going to bring them to Dandasana position. We're going to gently place the hands right next to the hips, fingers pointing forward. Roll the shoulders back and down. And again, we lift the chest. So now with the hands in this position, the core is doing all of the active work as well as the quadriceps. So maybe you feel a little bit more engagement here. Move the shoulders back, lift the chin, but look down towards the toes. Take a nice deep breath in and a slow breath out. All right, regardless of where your arms are, we're going to start with the first movement. So the inhale, we're going to lift the arms up and look up towards the thumbs. Now this might change for you. You might start to feel like you're beginning to round or collapse. If you do, then don't lift the arms so much. Keep the elbows bent and kind of look up. So you're going to find a position within this space that keeps your body nice and tall, whether the elbows are bent and you're looking towards your thumbs, or the arms are completely extended and you're looking towards your thumbs. So either way, no matter how difficult or not so difficult you make this movement, allow yourself to be in it. Now, as we exhale, we're going to gently bend the elbows, hinge from the hips, and then reach the fingers down to maybe grab your big toes. If you can grab your big toes, that's great. Hold on to the toes, and then as you exhale, fold as deeply as the body allows. Now, this is our first one, so you might feel quite a bit of tightness, or quite a bit of tension. If you're normally able to fold all the way down and you can't just yet, let it be what it is. So just kind of be there for a moment. Relax the shoulders. Maybe you feel the long pull through the back of the legs into the hips and into the glutes. Let yourself kind of just be here and rested. Now inhale, let's lift halfway again. Shoulders roll back, extend the spine. Remember, if you can't grab your toes, you can also place your hands right next to your feet or even on your legs somewhere. So you could be anywhere in that spectrum. As you inhale and you lift. Now here's the change. Exhale, we're going to slide ourselves back and we're going to try to bring our elbows down to the floor. Now we want to do this with control and with engagement in the core. Once the elbows are down, point your toes, lift your rib cage, look towards your toes. So this would be like Chaturanga Dandasana. This will be our halfway down, right? Or lowering down into a plank. Now, as we exhale, we're going to slide the hands down and then place the top of the head on the floor, inhaling as you move. Move this out of the way. Good. So now the top of the head is on the floor. The arms are down, palms are down, and try to really lift and open your heart. So this would be like upward facing. And then exhale, release the head, and let's flatten ourselves all the way down to the mat. So just come down to a flat position. Now inhale, we're going to lift the arms up. You can take them up towards the sky or back over your head. Just a little bit more. And then you can add the legs. So then the legs can also come up and you can have the legs be perpendicular to the floor. Or you can have the legs be slightly forward like Navasana legs. So the positioning of your hands is just going to depend on your ability of length of your shoulders. So again, your arms, you want them to be nice and straight as you lengthen back. And again, you can have the arms a little higher, as high as is comfortable for you. Same with the legs, a little higher, pointing up to the ceiling, a little lower, or maybe even really engaging. You kind of just decide here what feels right. We hold this would be our downward facing dog. Now, as we exhale, we're going to use the momentum of the legs and then inhale, come all the way up, back to our forward fold. Again, grab the toes, grab the feet, grab whatever you can find. Relax your shoulders. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, release again. And then inhale, come back up, arms up, palms together, looking at your thumbs. And then exhale, arms by your sides. So lots of different options here on how to make this vinyasa or this flow happen. We're going to do it a couple more times. Just remember, if I don't give you the option, it's still available. Here we go. So from Dandasana position, shoulders back, feet flexed, legs engaged. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, take your forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, let your elbows come down, use control. Lift the chest, look towards the toes, draw the belly in, shoulders back and down. Exhale, slide the hands under, and then inhale, top of the head down. Exhale, bring the back all the way down to the floor and lift up. Let's hold here. 1, 2, 3. Easy breathing. 4 and 5. Using a little momentum. Exhale, step or walk or lift yourself forward. As you come down, lift halfway, shoulders back. Exhale, softly release. And then inhale to rise up, palms together, gazing at thumbs. Exhale, arms down by your sides. Good. Let's do 3 more, nice and steady. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, bring the elbows down with control. Point the toes, lift the chest, draw the belly in. Inhale, top of the head down, opening the heart. Exhale, back down, legs up, arms up. Hold here. 1, 2, strong active legs. 3, strong active arms. Try not to relax through the elbows. 4, shoulders back and down, lock neck. 5, little momentum. Inhale, rise up. Lift the chest as you lean forward. Exhale, fold and release. Inhale to come up, palms together, gazing at thumbs. Exhale, arms by your sides. Good. 2 more. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, fold deeply. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, bring your elbows back and down, point your toes, bring your gaze towards your toes, shoulders back. Inhale, head down, chest up. Exhale, flatten out, legs up, arms back. And we hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Slowly with a little momentum. Inhaling all the way up. Look forward, shoulders back. Exhale, fold and release. Inhale to rise up. And exhale back to Dandasana. Last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, elbows down, point your toes, belly in, look towards your feet. Inhale, top of the head down, sliding the elbows forward a bit. Exhale, flatten your back and lift your arms and legs and hold. 1, 2, relax the shoulders down. 3, 4, 5. A little momentum. Inhale, roll up. Lengthen forward. Exhale, fold and release. Inhale, rise with the arms. And exhale, arms by your sides, back to Dandasana. Good. So hopefully as we kind of repeat that sequence a little bit more each Sunday, it'll get more comfortable for you and you'll be able to do it in your sleep. All right, let's go ahead and take the legs in. Let's cross the feet, bring the hands in front, and then inhale, lift the hips and step your feet back. Take your knees down and let's take a child's pose. So if that's a transition that's not really available for you, you can just swing your legs off to the side as long as you make your way back into this position. So I really kind of prefer this extended Balasana for my own body. So your options are to do this extended Balasana with the knees apart, the torso kind of sitting down or nestling down between the thighs, the arms extended, the forehead on the mat, the hips reaching towards the heels. Other option here would be to relax your arms back by your feet. And then finally, the last option would be to bring your knees together and then also relax your arms down by your feet with the top of the head down. So you get to decide which version of Balasana your body wants today. And we're going to be here for about, I don't know, maybe another 30 seconds, so not that long. But it gives you enough time to really connect with the posture, connect with the physicality of the posture, to note and to observe any tension or tightness, and to create a sense of calm and peace when you do find tension or tightness. So we want to let go and we want to surrender. The things that are out of our control and that we can't change or fix, there's no point in us stressing and freaking out about them. Nobody's going to be helped with that line of thinking. So we want to allow ourselves this space while we're in Balasana to surrender anything that is out of our control, anything that cannot be fixed. Let it go. Let it be. Allow yourself a couple more breaths. Really, really kind of surrendering to it. Using your muscles to let go of tension, of tightness. Use your breath. Let your exhales be long and steady. And with the next inhale breath, we're going to lift the head, look forward, shoulders roll back. And then slowly we'll roll up to our tabletop position, bringing the hands underneath the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips, and separating the feet. Inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. Again, inhale, cow. Open the heart, lift the pelvis, shoulders roll back, chin up. Exhale, cat. Press the middle back away, hollow out the navel, separate the shoulder blades, push the floor away, chin to the chest. Inhale again, cow. Deep breath as you find the opening and the lengthening of the body. Exhale, curl it under. And then coming to a flat back. Tucking the toes under, we're going to try coming into downward facing. Downward facing dog is not in the books for you. You can stay on your knees and just walk your hands forward, bring your forehead to the floor. So just want to make sure that you know what options you have. This could be downward facing dog. While we're there, you could be here. So, while I'm there, I should say. So the toes tuck under, we lift the knees, and we press the hips back. So this first downward facing dog is always a fun one. Let's just call it fun. Allow yourself to be in the discomfort of it. It takes a little bit of effort to kind of get us into it, but it takes a lot of effort to stay with it. So let's start with softening the knees, maybe swaying the hips, maybe pedaling the legs. Let's just add a little bit of movement here. Maybe it feels good to kind of bring the weight forward over your shoulders, shoulders over the wrists, and then you can go back to the position. So just really play around with this first downward facing dog. And if you're on your knees with your arm extended, you can still play around a little bit by swaying your hips side to side, reaching your hands a little bit more forward. There's always options for you to kind of settle into it. And then once you feel good, you feel like, okay, I've had enough movement. I'm going to try to press the heels down. And then now we're going to try and hold. So the holding here is, again, where all the effort needs to be placed. Again, not just physical effort, but mental effort. Can I hold my body in this way? What starts to bother me as soon as I come into the stillness of this posture? Is it always just my wrist? Can I bring my weight back a little bit more? Is it the back of my legs so they feel super tight? Can I contract my quadriceps and lift my kneecaps more? Is it the space between my shoulder blades? Do I feel like I'm squeezing there? Can I separate and wrap my shoulders around the outsides of my body? Is it my torso, my abdomen? Can I hollow out the navel and really reach the chest towards the thigh? So there's little adjustments you can make as you hold to make the posture a little less, I don't know, difficult, stressful, straining, whatever you want to call it. Allow yourself to be here maybe one more breath. And then with the next exhale, we'll look forward once more, bring those knees down, pick your choice of Balasana and take it. So pick which one fits your body. If you tried one and you want to try a different one this time, feel free. Find your balasana. Either arms continue to be extended, or if they're a little bit tired, your shoulders from the down dog, then you can bring your hands by your feet. Settle in. Let yourself be. Let go of the outcome of any of our practice today, because we're not practicing for an outcome, but we're practicing for an inward realization. We're looking for self-realization as we practice. That's just not a small goal. But it's not about achieving or getting anywhere. It's about becoming more and more self-aware. What is going on with me? How can I make changes within me that would positively affect the world around me? See if you can kind of just settle into that concept, into that idea. Let's take a few more breaths here, letting your body be weighted down by gravity. One more breath, inhale. Full exhale. And inhale, lift the head, maybe look forward. Maybe you can bring the chin down, and then slowly lift yourself up and come back to tabletop position. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. All right, very nice. So we're gonna keep the right knee exactly where it is, the right arm as well. But we're gonna open up to the left. So maybe I need to kind of adjust myself up my neck here. So the left leg is extended out, and we're gonna balance on that right arm and turn the body. Now, ideally, you wanna stack your hips. So if your left hip is really forward and your left heel doesn't come down, bring that left heel down, plant that left foot, keep engaging into the left leg. And as that left hip opens, open the rib cage, open the shoulder, and then let's take the left arm over and across. So we're reaching the left pinky side edge of the foot down to the mat. And then we're reaching that left arm of the body, really left side of the body, and the left arm with the fingertips all the way out. Steady, calm breathing. And then exhale, slowly bring that left hand down, bring the left knee down. Take a moment to kind of just notice. Maybe you feel like that left side is really long and the other side sunk in. Let's do the other side to even out. So bringing the weight now to the left knee, left hand, right leg extends back. We're gonna pivot that right heel down, get secure, get strong here in your right leg. Come to maybe your right fingertips as you make the adjustments. And then I like to bring my right hand to my hip so that I can guide it open. The rib cage guides open. The right shoulder guides itself open as well. And then that right arm can reach and extend. So you're pressing down to the pinky edge of your right toe. Your right pinky toe, that side of your foot's pressing down. The reaching of the arm creates long extended torso. Push into the floor with your left thigh and your left hand. And then exhale, lowering the right hand down first, the right knee down second. And again, let's take a child's pose. Hips down, either hands by the feet or arms extended. Relax the shoulders. So again, you can do the extended version of Balasana or the more traditional version like I'm doing now. Really rounding your back and letting your body just squeeze in. Relaxing your hands, fingers, wrists, forearms, elbows, everything relaxed. Shoulders. One more breath. And then inhale, slowly slide your hands forward, and then we come back. All right, back to tabletop. So now we're gonna add to that first original posture, but we're gonna put it all together at the end. So we're gonna take that right foot, plant it on the floor. It might be that the right knee is right outside your shoulder. If this is not available, grab your right foot and maybe take it forward. Let's still keep it on the outside of that right shoulder. So you see your right foot, your right hand, and your left hand all in one line. So from here, let's take the weight slightly forward, kind of stretching into the left hip flexor, and then the weight slightly back, maybe straightening into that right leg. Right leg is on the outside of the right hand. It is important to note for when we move on. Again, bringing it forward, finding a stretch, and bringing it back. We'll do one more like that. Bringing it forward with the inhale. If you want to slide something underneath that left knee and make sure that it's supported and has enough cushion, you're welcome to do so. And then slide it back. Good. Now, let's take it back to the center. So where the shoulders and are aligned with the wrists and the right knee is stacked right over your ankle. Take it slightly forward so you can tuck the left toe under, and then let's straighten that left leg. So this comes from that nice, straight, engaged leg. You can bounce a little bit. You can kind of move into your shoulders a little bit, like a little push-up situation. Just find yourself where you can be stable. And then now we're going to press the right heel down. So it's the same pose we just did, just a little different. Keep that right hand on the inside. Normally that right hand's on the outside of the foot. I'm going to keep it on the inside. Move that shoulder, same as before. Open up that left hip. Open up the rib cage. Open up the shoulder. Reach the left arm up and over. Look towards the left fingertips. Chin towards the armpit. Steady breathing. Same pose as before. We just intensifying it a little bit. And then exhale. Take the left hand down. Pivot your left heel up. Take a moment to be there. If it's available for you, softly bend into your elbows. See if you can lower yourself a little bit. Inhale, push yourself up, working on those arms. Let's do that 2 more times. Exhale, bend. Inhale, push into the floor. Last one. Exhale, bend like you want to lower your whole body like a plank all the way down. Good. Inhale, push up. And then now your choice here is to either drop the left knee and then you're going to slide the right foot back, or the option I'm going to give you is to push into the floor like you want to lift up, really engage into the shoulders. Bring that toe up. So now you're hovering with 3 points of contact. Left hand, left foot. Exhale, step the right foot back, and then take your downward facing dog. So that transition there might be a little bit tough. Remember, you can always bring that left knee down, then you slide the right foot back, and you come back into your downward facing dog. No worries here. Stabilize your breath. Relax your shoulders and let all of it go. Again, removing the outcome all together. So the goal of a practice, to breathe, to be, to enjoy, that's it. Keeping it simple. We're going to repeat that same thing on the other side. So bringing the weight forward, bring the knees down, and just take a moment to line yourself up again. So maybe you have to walk your hands slightly forward. All right, so now we're going to do the left side. Bring your weight to your right side, lift your left knee kind of up to the side, and then plant the foot down. So the foot may not come down all the way where you want it to be. That's okay. We're going to grab the ankle from the inside, and we're going to step that foot a little closer, higher up, so that it can be in line with the left hand and the right hand. So once you're there, let's take it forward, stretching to that right hip flexor, and then take it back, lengthening that left leg. So it's going to feel a little awkward because your hands are on the inside of the foot. So you might not feel very stable. You almost might feel like you're going left top corner and then back right corner. That's okay. Just keep your hands glued. Don't move. One more time. Inhale, take it forward. Keep the top of the right foot pressed down. Exhale, take it back. Lengthening through the leg, moving the hips back and down. Stay glued with your arms. And then come back to the center. All right, so making sure that left knee, left shoulder are always in contact throughout this pose. Right toe tucks under, straighten that right leg. Good, let's stay here for a moment. Just noticing, okay, how much more different this might feel within the body. And then now we're gonna pivot that right heel down. Make sure that you feel like the right foot is nice and stable. Keep the left hand, left foot, left knee, left shoulder, all in that same alignment, and start to open up that right hip. It may or may not open very much, that's okay. Open up the right rib cage. Open up the right shoulder. And then take that right arm up, and then chin towards the armpit, and look towards the fingertips. Stay grounded and rooted with that left leg. Press the pinky edge of your right foot nice and deeply into the floor. Let the struggle move through you Don't fight with yourself, just allow yourself to be within it. And then exhale, dropping the right hand, lifting the right heel. Stay here for a moment. We're going to do those little push-ups. So exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale, pick it up, move the shoulders back. Exhale, bend the elbow. Inhale, push it up. Try to really fire up your back muscles. Exhale, bend. Keep that right leg nice and strong. Inhale, push up. Okay, so again, you can bring that right knee down, or you can try the other transition, taking that left toe, lift it up. See if you can stay with the 3 points of contact for a moment. And then exhale, left foot back, and take downward facing dog. Easy breathing. Relax the head, relax the shoulders. Let there be no tension. Nice deep inhale, slow, gentle exhale. Little sway, little movement back and forth, feels good. One more breath. And then when you're ready, next exhale breath, bring the knees down. And once more, let's take Balasana. Knees together or knees apart, your choice. Arms forward or arms back. Once more, your choice. Relax into it. And whichever one you chose, just be with it. You're welcome to change and modify as you see necessary. Couple more breaths. Good. Next inhale breath. Let's slowly slide the hands underneath the shoulders. And then again, exhale, relax your shoulders back and down. Inhale, press yourself up. Coming up into a seated position with your feet tucked under. Now, this is not maybe the most comfortable way to sit for most of us. So if it's not comfortable for you, don't worry, we won't be here long. But we do have the heels underneath us. If there's pain in the knees, you can slide a blanket or even slide your hands underneath or behind your knees so that you can give yourself a little bit of space there. This actually feels really nice. I used to do that all the time when I had my knees that were injured. So this is a really good restorative pose just to try and be in. Not the most comfortable I get for most of us at certain times, but it's very, very restorative. So see what your body allows you to do. If you need to come out sooner, no worries. So if you're okay to be here, we're going to bring you the fingertips off to the sides, lift the chest, and just like we did in Dandasana, lower the shoulders back, lift your rib cage, and find a nice long spine. So we're not arching back, we're not creating a back bend, we're creating a lift. And as you create this lift, note and observe if it's a little easier on the knees, ankles, and feet. Maybe it is, because we're removing some of that weight. We're engaging and lifting up from the pubic bone, from the pelvis, into the abdomen, into the rib cage, into the chest, all the way up through the top of the head, like there's someone pulling us up towards the sky. One more breath. Good. And then exhale, slowly lean forward, bring your feet off to the side, and let's grab either a pillow or a block or a blanket, something that you're going to be able to use for the next pose. All right, so with our feet off to the side, let's take that left leg forward. And then we're going to use our prop, the block, the pillow, whatever it is, to sit up on top of. So you want both of your butt cheeks on the prop. Now your right foot's going to point straight back and your right knee is going to come into touch with your left knee. So we're coming into this Trianga Mukha position. Hands behind you, lift the chest, shoulders roll back. And then if it's available for you, bend your elbows and kind of let your body release down. One of the things I really like to do here is I like to lift the hips, tuck under, and then resettle myself down. If you try doing that, you'll see it's a lot more intense on that right quadricep. The left foot is flexed, the left heel presses down, and then we start to move back into the shoulders. So gazing down towards the navel, stabilizing the breath, and finding your stretch. We want to look for a stretch in the right quadricep. Maybe even in the top of the right foot or the right ankle. Now inhale, lift up. Exhale, come forward. Hands come down to the left foot. If it's available, you can also place both hands on either side. And then exhale, take it down. Now the stretch changes from the top of the right quad to the back of the left hamstring. So we're alternating here where we're moving. And then inhale, lift the chest. And let's do that 2 more times. Sliding yourself back. Lifting and tucking under through the pelvis. If it's available for you, maybe bringing the elbows down. Let's see. That's a possibility. Shoulders back. I like to keep looking at my left foot that's engaged. But if you feel like this bothers your neck, you can look up, or you can even drop your head back, opening the throat. You have options here for your head. And then inhale, slowly press up. Exhale, take it forward. Inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, release. All right, the last one, if you're comfortable doing so, slide the blanket or the prop out of the way. If you do that and you realize, oh, I can barely be here, I'm dumping all my weight to the left side, I'm falling to the left, or there's pain in my knee, put the prop back in. So you don't have to do this without the prop. I just want to give you the option. Hands behind, lift the chest. Exhale, lift the tailbone, tuck everything under, press strongly into your left leg, and then maybe the elbows can come down, and either you can stay here, gazing at the left toes, shoulders back, chest nice and lifted, or if it's available, slide the elbows a little bit forward, and just like in the warm-up, let's take the top of the head to the floor, and keep the forearms down on the mat. This might be all you got today, and that's great. You can stop there. If it's available, allow yourself to slide down so your back is flat against the floor and your right leg is really kind of feeling that really intense stretch into the top of the right quadricep. All right, to come out, press into the elbows, top of the head back on the floor. You can hold on to your legs as you do that. And then press into the elbows again. Slide your hands back. Take a moment to look down towards that left foot. And then inhale, lift up, sit back onto your fronts of your sits bones, and then exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, let's release. All right, to come out of this, lean to the left, slide that right leg forward, and extend both legs forward, shake it out a little bit. So this creates a tourniquet effect in the right knee. As you release the legs and you add a little bit of movement, it creates it to kind of just softly move the energy through the legs and let the blood flow back in. Okay, so we're going to do the other side. We're going to lean to the right, bring that left toe or left foot under. Use your weight to lift yourself up so that you can slide your prop underneath your hips. So your left hip is also on the prop. You're just on the outside of it. Your left heel is right next to your left hip, and your left toes are pointing back. Knees come together, right leg is extended, fingertips right next to the body. Find that tall spine, shoulders back and down. And then let's exhale, and let's kind of lean back. And maybe that's as far as you go, onto your hands. I like to start really slow. You guys know me. I don't like to go right into the deepest version. So as we start low, lift the hips, tuck everything under, extend as you sit back down. Maybe you can soften your elbows a little bit, see how that feels. Keep the right heel pressed down, the shoulders back and down, so we don't want the shoulders up towards the ears, but nice long spine. And then inhale, start to come back up. Exhale, fold over that right leg. Inhale, lift and release. Exhale, come back to where we started. All right, so we're going to do it 2 more times. We're going to try to come down to the elbows this time, depending on how much stretch you felt in your left quad. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, bring your hands back. And then inhale, lift the pelvis, tuck it under. Maybe the elbows can come down. Keep looking towards the toes. Keep feeling that stretch in the top of the left quad. Again, choices for your head are to look towards your right toes, or to look up to the ceiling, or to drop your head back and look towards wherever is behind you, or towards the tip of your nose. Either way is fine. Whatever you decide to do, it's exactly what you were meant to do. Now I like to kind of hold on to my foot and then bring my right hand towards my right hip. As you come up, press into your hands, lift up. And exhale, take it forward. So we're doubling ourselves back down. Chin towards the shins. And inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, let's release. All right, so the last one, the option is to move your way to the left, slide the block or the prop out from underneath you and resettle down. Again, you might find you need that back. Use it if you need it. Bringing the knees together, hands off to the sides here. Lift the chest, shoulders back. Find your engagement. The pose changes quite drastically when we remove the prop. So give yourself a moment to adjust. And then the hands, oh, mosquitoes. And then the hands come behind you. And then lift the hips, tuck everything under, resettle your hips back down to the floor. Lower one elbow, then the other elbow. Notice how that feels. Maybe this is enough for you. If you feel okay, slide the elbows a little forward. Take the top of the head onto the mat. Once the top of the head on the mat, maybe this is where you stay. This is a good place to be. But if there's any ability for you to go a little bit more, release the top of the head, let your back come down. The left knee may lift up a little bit. That's okay. Just don't want it to be like all the way up off the floor. So you want to pull the knee down towards the mat, whether it touches or not, none of your business. Find that deep stretch in the top of that left quad and be here for a few breaths. Good. One more breath. Now to come out, we're going to slide ourselves under, so the elbows under, back to the top of the head. Come out the same way we went in. Press into that right foot, right leg. Inhale, lift up. One elbow back, the other elbow back. Back to the leaning back position. And then one hand to the floor, other hand to the floor. Lift the chest, realign yourself to the fronts of your sits bones. And then exhale, take it forward, release. Full exhale breath. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, let it go. Come back up. And then we're going to lean to the side. Take that left leg forward. And again, let it all flush out. So really, really useful for our joints, especially in the knees and in the ankles. Really, really useful for blood circulation. So things like restless leg syndrome and all those types of ailments that affect our legs, the varicose veins, those types of things. These types of movements are going to be very, very useful for us as we grow older. Okay, beautiful. Let's cross the feet. Bring the hands in front. As you inhale, pick yourself up off the floor. Use your core strength. Step one foot back, then the other. Make your way back to down dog. Down dog eventually at some point, and I wouldn't be able to tell you which point that is, but at some point it becomes a restorative and almost like a break from the movement. I think it was during my Ashtanga practice when I realized, oh gosh, I just want to go back into down dog. So just allow yourself to be here. And if that feels that way for you, like a break, then great. If it doesn't, if it's effort, if it's hard work, if you're really struggling to maintain and hold, just accept that for what it is. It's part of your journey and it's an important part. So be with that for a moment. Don't make it a negative. Just make it a transition. This is where you are. Now with the next exhale, I'm going to walk our feet forward, step them right behind the wrists. Keep the hands separated about hip width apart. Soften your knees. Let's take a forward fold. Relax the shoulders, relax the head. I like to start, anytime I do any kind of deep bend, I like to start with the knees soft, just because it's a nice way to introduce it to your hamstrings. Nobody wants to have a hole in their hamstrings. So notice the engagement of your feet. Many times when we forward fold, the feet kind of weight topples over to the outside. So press the balance of your big toes down. And as you hold here, maybe you can sway or tick-tock or rock. Any gentle movements you can add here to remind yourself that you're okay, that it feels nice. And even though it's a little bit different, difficult, you can be with it. Let your body completely lengthen. And then exhale, let's bring the hands down to the mat. Lift your chest halfway, shoulders back. Now you can try straightening your legs, contracting your quadriceps, lifting your kneecaps. Walk the hands slightly forward, and then step the feet back to come into a high plank. So as we find ourselves in a high plank, we bring the weight forward, shoulders over the wrists, strong fingers. Exhale, bring the knees down and lower down all the way to the mat. So once we're down all the way to the mat, we're going to start with the hands back, tops of the hands on the mat, so your palms are facing up, chin down. You're going to separate your feet a comfortable distance, so not very wide, but also don't try to keep your legs glued, because sometimes that kind of counters what we're trying to do here. So a slight separation in the feet is fine. Contract your quadriceps so your kneecaps lift up off the floor, engage your legs. And then inhale, we're going to lift the legs up, and we're going to lift the head up. We're going to keep the palms or the backs of the hands down on the floor. So we're going to hold here and breathe. 1, keep everything lifted. 2, shoulders roll back, look to the tip of your nose. 3, don't let those legs separate, keep them parallel. 4, good, very nice. 5, exhale, lower down. Turn your head to the side, relax your shoulders. Be here for a few breaths. So we're going to do that 2 more times. That engagement in the legs. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, let's do it again. Chin back on the floor. Arms reaching back away from you. Press the tops of the fingers down into the mat. Engage the legs. Inhale, legs up, chest up, head up, everything up except for your arms. 1, move the shoulders back. 2, lift the legs. 3, calm your breathing. 4, 5, exhale, lower down. Turn your head the other direction. Relax the shoulders and relax your heels out to the sides. Relax your legs. Kind of just let go. Complete surrender of muscles, of ideas, of thoughts. And then bringing the chin back to the center 1 last time. Engage the legs, engage the arms. Inhale, everything up except for the arms and the hands. The hands stay pressing down. Shoulders back, lift, lift, lift. Legs up a little higher. Can you lift a little higher? Feel yourself engaging really strongly through the back muscles. And exhale, lower down. Turn your head, but this time, bring your arms forward and give yourself a pillow. And you can sway the hips a little bit. You can relax the feet, the legs, let yourself breathe there. All right, we're going to take our Sphinx pose. So again, with the legs in the same distance apart, tops of the feet pressed down, heels up. Slide your elbows underneath your shoulders to come up onto your forearms. Once you're up on your forearms, readjust to the hips. So make sure that your heels don't flop out to the sides like this. So really keep the tops of your feet engaged and your quads really engaged. Hamstrings, calves, all of your legs are super engaged. Soften your glute a little bit, your glutes, as you lift through the rib cage, shoulders roll back, and then bring your chin kind of instead of forward in towards the body. So you're really kind of channeling the Sphinx. What would the Sphinx look like if we were a Sphinx? Right? There'd be this effortless elegance to a Sphinx. Keep the toes pressing down, especially the big toes, so that the heels don't flop out. They like to do that. Mine did that for many, many years until one teacher brought it to my attention. And now I can't let go of the idea every time I come into a posture. And then exhale, open the elbows, drop your chest down, make yourself a pillow, turn your head the other direction, and now relax those heels. Know what it feels like to be in the relaxed state of your legs. It's a very different feeling than the engaged state. So notice what this feels like. Archive it in your mind. And then slowly let's re-engage. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, kind of bring your feet a little closer together. Keep the toes tucked under. Inhale, lift yourself up. So halfway, like you're like a plank, and then exhale, press yourself back. I feel like I want to get a little stretch through my toes, so if you want, you can keep your toes tucked under as you come into your balasana. Arms can be extended or by your feet. Forehead should be on the floor or on your prop, so your head can rest. Shoulders away from the ears, relaxed. You can have your toes tucked under like I do, or you can have them extended if you feel like that feels a little bit better. But right now, I think I need the toe stretch. Stay with the breath. One more breath. And then exhale, take it forward. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna make our way to Shavasana. So we're gonna try to bring the legs through. Tap the toes under, lift the knees, and come into your downward facing dog. With as much effort as you can, try to bring your weight to your hands, arms, wrists, shoulders. So stack your weight in the front part of your body. Take the right foot towards the left wrist, left foot towards the right, the knees come in between. Stay pushing strong into your arms here. Engage into your shoulders. Now wiggle your feet through so that the right foot can come through, and then the left, and now we can sit. So that transition to go from down dog to sitting is very, very difficult and should not take it for granted. If you're able to do a fraction of it, you did great. All right, so now if you have a bolster that you want to use and you want to rest in your Shavasana with the bolster, which is what I'm going to do, you're welcome to give it a try. Or you can just lay all the way back in Shavasana. You don't have to use the bolster. But if you're going to use it, allow it to be behind you so that you can really kind of settle back on it. You can have Shavasana legs and arms. That's fine. Or you can have Baddha Konasana legs with the soles of the feet together and the knees out to the side. Your arms can be, again, Shavasana arms, palms up, relaxed shoulders, moved away from the body. Or if you want to add a little bit of extra work for the shoulders, not extra work, but extra feeling, I guess, then you can bring your hands over your head, kind of let your one palm rest inside the other, and let the elbows be heavy. So no matter how you decide to come into this final pose, whether it's your more traditional Shavasana position, or one of these back bending but supportive and restorative positions, come back to this movement of breath. Come back to the awareness of body and let yourself find a calm place where you can surrender. A safe, peaceful place where you can let go. It's there, it lives within us. It's not something we can buy. It's not something we can borrow or steal. It's already within us. This space of calm and solitude and peace where we can feel safe, protected, whole, complete. It's there. See if you can allow it to rise up to the surface and kind of give you a warm hug like, yes, you found me. Thank you. And then just let yourself settle. At any point, no matter what position you are in or what version of Shavasana you decided to get into, you can always change. Don't feel like you're stuck with a choice. So for example, if your choice was to bring your hands overhead and let your elbows drop, but now you're feeling like you don't have sensation in your fingers, or your shoulders are really starting to take you out of that restful, peaceful place, then you just relax your arms by your sides. Same thing with your legs. If you're in Baddha Konasana legs and you feel like, oh, yeah, it's too much in my inner thighs, or I'm not bringing awareness to my breath because I'm so focused on the tension that I'm trying to release in the hips, then just simply extend your legs and take Shavasana legs. Relax them. Same with your back. Oh, this felt good when I first got into it, but now, oh, my back muscles are straining and I feel like it's hard to breathe or whatever it is. And move the bolster out of the way and come on flat onto your back and take a regular Shavasana. So anytime along the way that your peace is compromised, we want to make adjustments. That being said, see if you can challenge yourself. So don't go into automatic change as soon as you feel discomfort. See if there's an other culprit at play here other than just your physical body. Maybe it's your mind telling you, oh yeah, maybe you shouldn't do this. This doesn't feel that great. Maybe it's your heart, your emotions, still replaying an argument or a terrible situation that happened this morning, yesterday, last week, last month, last year, whatever it is. So once you kind of decipher that it's not the emotional body, it's not the mental body, it's not the energetic body that's feeling the need to move, but the physical body that needs it, that's when you make those adjustments. And that, even that technique alone takes quite a bit of time to master and to know. And being here just a few more breaths. Okay, if your arms are over your head with the next inhale, we're going to start to bring the elbows in towards each other, but keep the elbows bent and try to keep the hands kind of behind you in a prayer position. You can even slide them back over the bolster towards the mat. Just stay there for a few breaths, changing up the movement in the shoulders and kind of re-engaging the outsides of the shoulders so we can safely come out of this posture. One more breath, inhale. And then exhale, let's start to bring the elbows up. Let the elbows relax by your sides and bring your arms to Shavasana arms. Now the same thing with your legs. Instead of bringing the knees in towards each other, just start to slide your legs away from your body. Move them away from your body. Maybe stopping along the way when you feel like, oh, that feels nice. I like that. And then continuing on when you're ready until your legs are completely straight and you can separate them, let the feet flop out, take Shavasana legs. So if you were in this version of the posture the whole time, just be here for a few more breaths. If you just got here, allow yourself to settle. Slowly start to come out of this posture. Let's simply start by bringing awareness. Notice how easy it is for our awareness to shift off. When's the last time you noticed you were breathing in? Even within the last few moments of our practice, when's the last time you breathed out, you exhaled with intention to release, to surrender? You kept a nice, calm mind, really working around the movement of the breath. Now let's bring our awareness to sensations of the body. The fingers, the toes, hands, and the feet can start to move. You start to feel the body reawaken. And then maybe you can kind of move into your forearms, elbows. Maybe bring the legs in towards each other. Maybe take a full body stretch. Even if you're still on your bolster, this is going to feel nice. And then exhale, slowly let's release. The arms down, we'll bend the knees, plant the feet on the floor, blink the eyes open, bring awareness into your space. We'll go ahead and reach the arms towards the knees and either using the legs to help you or barely touching the legs, we're going to curl ourselves up. And I like to stop somewhere in the middle because we were in that back bend for quite a bit of time. So stopping in the middle, I start to feel the back rounding, changing directions. And then slowly making my way back up, engaging into the abdominal muscles as you come back up, eventually making your way all the way up so you can hug the knees, hold onto your opposite elbows, and then press the middle back to bring the forehead down, shoulders down. And then slowly, let's inhale, lift the head. Let's move the bolster off to the side for a moment, and then come into a comfortable seated posture. Good job. So Shavasana, using Shavasana to create back opening is one of my most favorite restorative practices because I get to do both. I get to find relaxation, but I also get to work on my back bending. It's not for everyone. If you're not a big fan of it, remember you can always take Shavasana. So as you come into a comfortable seated posture, just kind of let that whole movement that we did, the whole practice, let it transmute. Like imagine there's perfume in the air, but a brisk breeze comes by and sweeps that perfume, that beautiful essence off to the side. It still lingers in some ways, but most of it has moved on with the breeze. Let that same idea happen with your practice. Let it move on with the breeze. It was there, it was beautiful, and now we're wrapping it up. What we take with us after we get off our mats is the sense of peace, of calm, of relaxation that we can use to make choices throughout our day, that we can use to address others so that there's little conflict, so that there's more understanding. And that really is the overarching benefit we get from our practice. With the next inhale, we'll bring our palms together at the center of the heart, and we'll chant the sound Om to seal all these benefits of our practice, known and unknown, used and unused. Let them all be a part of us. Inhale to begin. Namaste.